There's a lot you can convey with a look, and that's particularly true when it comes to student-teacher eye contact in the classroom. But over the last 14 months of COVID education, so much of that subtle yet substantial benefit has been missing. According to the latest figures, remote learning is still being offered to 83% of American students. Our next guest explains why it's worth taking more seriously the value of eye contact. With us is Paul Gilford, Executive Director of Children Learning Appropriate Social Skills, or Project Class. Paul, welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Could you start by telling us exactly what the role is of eye contact in the classroom? Because I think people intuitively know something, but probably haven't thought a lot about it.
For education to happen and for communication to happen, eye contact is absolutely critical. And so when teachers look at kids and kids look at teachers and kids look at other kids, the chemistry really engages. And what you get is the focus of intention. You get contact. You actually get the flow of communication in a very real and important way. And it's interesting, but eye contact is sort of the lead domino for relating. And if you're going to teach something, obviously the eye contact and the relating and the connection are very critical.
So what do you think is lost in this? I mean, obviously we don't have that same sort of thing, but can you describe what we've lost when learning is done online?
That's an incredibly good question. The reality is the virtual contact is not in-person contact. So even though when you look at a camera and you see another person and you're seemingly looking at them, you don't have the physical contact, you don't have the brain connection, you don't have the neuronal linkage. So the level of contact, the level of communication, the level of engagement is completely different. And as such, it's not nearly as supportive, comforting, nor is it effective really for academic education when compared to in-person contact.
So how do you think this has impacted the last year of learning?
Oh, I think that the fruits of the virtual reality versus in-person has a series of really negative consequences. I think there's emotional, behavior, academic shortfalls that have really been the fruits of the virtual reality. I think then that, kids are further behind, more distracted, and then what it does then as the schools open and as the contact really engages, what they find is, they're in the bit of a bucket, in the bit of a hole, around relationships and connections. And there are, mental health issues, behavioral issues, that have to be worked through. So when the kids are back in school after the, virtual hiatus, increasingly eye contact and the connections matter. And, hopefully our schools will have the resources to put extra energy into these kind of connections, and in this kind of contact.
Be sure to watch the entire episode, now available exclusively on EpochTV.com, a new completely censorship-free premium subscription platform brought to you by the Epoch Times. See you there.